So in order to send a broadcast email or create a sequence of emails, you really want to start with an email template, one that's designed to meet the needs of your email, whatever that's going to be. So in order to do that, we get into send and then email templates. So the way templates work is you choose to create a new email template, and Kit offers up a bunch of starting points for you. So you can choose one of these to start your email template from. The one I tend to use is this one called Platform. I just quite like the simplicity and the clean lines on it. So I'll choose that one as my starting point. I can then either delete that whole section if I want, or I can replace that kit with that kit logo with another image. So let's say I wanted to replace it. I would just say, let's say I was going to do something around that, and then I can change the size of the image if I wanted to do that. I can also, like I say, I can just delete it if I hover over it and then click on that little trash can. I can delete that image. And then once you've got you're in the body of the email, all these elements you can delete if you want. I tend to start with, let me just put some spacing in here. So I can start with this as my blank template, and let's say I'm going to create one for a newsletter, let's say a weekly newsletter. I will start with a salutation. So this little @ sign up here, if you click on that, you can drop down and you can get this personalised greeting. And what this does is it says hello, and then this little tag here will insert each subscriber's first name, so subscriber.firstname. But in the event that you don't capture or you don't have the first name for a subscriber, it will replace it with the word there, or whatever word you want to put in there. So if I want to change hello to hi, let's say, and there you can change it to whatever word you want. Then that's the way every email will begin. This little section at the bottom here, have any questions, hit reply and we'll help you out. This is a kind of, for me, I'm a solopreneur, one-to-one business. That language like wheel doesn't suit me, so I'll say I'll change that. I'll help you out. Underneath there, you've got this little tag that puts the address. Now, the address tag is, let me just duplicate this. The address tag is whatever you've got stored as your address in your settings. So if I get into settings here, and if I scroll down to email, and then we'll go to the bottom to the right, the bottom towards the hand side, you can see this mailing address. And this is the address I've got on this one. That's the address that gets put in there. Okay. So you really need to have a postal address included in your email. And then underneath you've got this unsubscribe link. That's required on every email you send. And then you've got this preferences link. You don't need to have preferences if you don't want to, but it's just a convenient way for subscribers to manage their preferences. And then finally, this bit at the bottom, built with Kit badge. If you're on a paid plan with Kit, you've got the ability to switch that off. So if you do that, you'll see it kind of goes grey. It doesn't actually show as grey when you send the email. It disappears completely when you send the email. If you do switch it on and you happen to be an affiliate for Kit, then if people click on that, that will be registered as a link for your affiliate program. Once you've got the general look and feel of what you want your page to look like, or your template to look like, you can then start to add in other elements. So I might add in, so let's say my email signature, and I store that in a snippet, what's known as an email snippet. So if I look at email signature there, then this is just obviously a demo site, but you can see it's got an image. It would be an image of you, your name, and whatever your title is. And that just appears on every email that you create using this template. You can also add in things called layouts. So if I get into layout, you can see down the right hand side there's about a dozen or so different layouts, different styles that you can insert into your email that you may want to use regularly. So let's say, so one I use quite often is this one here, with the title and the button. So I might say, if you'd like to join, click here, something like that, and then click to join, whatever I may be talking about, and then maybe I might put an image in there to explain the thing that I'm referring to. Again, I'll pick one at random. Let's just say this one. You can see that there's ways of including, different elements inside your email template if you want. When you're in the editor, on the right hand side, you'll see a contextual menu up here. At the base level, the template level, if you click on that, that makes reference to the colours and the buttons. So the colour of the email template and the colour of the buttons, etc. for that template. So if I was to change that background colour, which is a kind of grey colour, let's say I was to change that to maybe that colour, green, maybe a wee bit lighter, maybe something like that, then all my emails would have that background colour. Equally, if I chose to have all my buttons, let's say green instead of that, and then maybe the text dark blue, then if I put a button on, that's the way the button will appear. You can see the button appears in the style that you create. The idea behind a template is to make your time as productive as you can. So what you really want to start with is a framework, a bare bones of what your email looks like, all the different sections, so that when you sit down to write your email, that you're accelerating the process because you've got most of your email all set up, the layout, the framework, the look and feel of it before you even begin. And then also, if you do have an email, you can a template, you can use that inside email sequences as well, so that every single email in the sequence looks the same, looks similar. The other thing that you can do, and this is something that I do, is I'll maybe have different sections in. So in my weekly email, for example, I will have let's say this. I'll have kit tip, let's say, and I can if I want to, I can change. I can put a border around that. So if I click on layout and go to border, normal border, and then I can put even a radius on it if I want. So that, and I can change that to maybe a heading 2. And then I can copy that. I can copy it again, and maybe this is an email tip, and maybe this is a tech tip, let's say. So I can start with that. I could save that as a template, and then it means every week when I go in, all I need to do is start typing in each section. So I've got the same layout. I know what I'm doing exactly when I get in to type an email up. I basically fill in the blank sections. So once you've got that set up, I'm going to change the name of this just to Demo Weekly Newsletter, let's call it. So once you've got that saved, when you're going to create an email, so if I go into email broadcast now and create an email, new broadcast email, now you'll see that when I choose the template for it, I've got this Demo Weekly Newsletter one that I've just created. So I could choose that as my starting point. Okay. So now I just need to type in my content, change the subject line, and then send it. So it's accelerating the process. So that's how to create a template in Kit, how to save it, name it, and then use it if you're going to create a broadcast or email sequence inside Kit.